Camilla, it's been a while. Remember those wild nights at the dive bar down the street from campus? Or that crazy road trip we took after graduation? Seems like a lifetime ago.
Huh? Is this Victoria? Wow, no kidding. Really has been a while. Did you finally manage to pry yourself away from that country club long enough to check your phone?
Oh, I see you're just as charming as ever. Always the life of the party, weren't you? Listen, Camilla, the pleasantries can wait. I called because I need to talk to you and I can't wait. This is a big one.
Whoa, what's with you all of a sudden? Is that seriously how you talk to someone you haven't seen in 5 years? After just messaging me out of the blue? Just because we were pals back in college doesn't mean you get to roll in here acting like some kind of high and mighty princess. There's such things as manners, you know. We're not kids anymore either. I think you're a fully grown adult and still haven't learned how to have a decent conversation yet.
You've got some nerve, Camilla. Don't play innocent with me. Who are you with right now? Is it him? Is that creep Jaden with you?
Huh? I'm on my own, you psycho. What's with the interrogation detective? Looking for a confession? Well, you've come to the wrong place, sweetheart. There's nothing to confess.
Playing dumb isn't going to get you anywhere, Camilla. I've been doing some digging, the kind that leaves dirt under perfectly manicured nails. And let me tell you, the truth has a nasty habit of coming out eventually, even if it takes a high-tech security camera to expose it. I know everything.
Huh? Digging into what? The truth about what, Victoria? Don't be cryptic with me, girl. Spit it out.
You might not have noticed, Camilla, but there's a very strategically placed security camera in the master bedroom. The one you probably thought was just another fancy ornament. And guess what? There's an app on my phone that lets me see exactly what's going on in that room, live and in color. The expensive crystal vase on the nightstand trembles in my hand, the threat of shattering mirroring the state of my world.
A camera? There's no way.
Seeing you two tangled up in my marital bed like a pair of overcooked sausages is enough to turn anyone's stomach. So would you mind cutting it out?
Oh, I see. So, so mine and Jaden's little passion project is out in the open. Oopsie, I'm such a fool. What did I go and do?
Yes, and I'm pleased you finally acknowledged it. There's no use denying it anymore. Now, if you wouldn't mind terribly, hurry up and get the hell out of my mansion. Pronto.
Huh? Out of your mansion? You must be joking, right?
Given the situation, I'd be super grateful if you could do me a favor and take that scumbag traitor Jaden with you while you're at it.
What the heck are you talking about? Why would I do something like that? Don't talk crazy. The only one who needs to get out of the mansion is you, Victoria.
Why?
Think about it, Victoria. If mine and Jaden's secret is out, you guys are pretty much guaranteed a divorce now, right?
Right, of course. I have no other choice. Divorce is the only option left.
Well, that means as of today, this mansion officially belongs to me and Jaden. Woohoo! I can't wait to start our new life together without having to be openly caught. It's like a huge weight just got lifted off my shoulders. I'm actually kind of glad you found out, Victoria.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down there a sec, Roadrunner. What exactly gives you the impression that mansion belongs to you all of a sudden?
I mean, duh, like obviously it does.
I'm sorry, hun, but you are dead wrong. There's a much bigger twist to this little story, and you're about to find out exactly how wrong. A steely glint enters my eyes. The game has changed, and Camilla is about to learn that underestimating a scorned woman is a very big mistake.
Don't get the wrong idea. This was never about the money. Me and Jaden are truly in love with each other. It's just a coincidence that I ended up getting this mansion as a fortunate side product of our love, like a shooting star landing right in my lap. So don't go and think I had my sights set on this sprawling estate and its overflowing bank accounts from the get-go or anything like that, because I didn't. Honestly, Victoria, living in this gilded cage with a cheating husband was starting to wear me down. It takes a toll on a girl's soul, you know?
So, you're saying you didn't get your claws into my husband for his money? The diamond on my engagement ring digs into my finger, suddenly feeling like a cruel joke. All this time, I thought I had the perfect marriage, the perfect life.
Right, exactly. Now listen, Victoria, since I have a big heart, I'd kindly allow you some time to get your belongings together before I ban you from the place forever. Consider it a parting gift from your soon-to-be ex-best friend. But you'd better get a hurry on because I want you and all of your designer shoes and overpriced handbags gone by the end of tomorrow. This place needs a serious makeover. And Jaden and I have big plans for a fresh start, starting with new furniture that doesn't scream nouveau riche. Do you want to know what it was? I think you know what it was. The compensation documents to $20,000 each from both me and Jaden. $40,000 in total. Wow, are you really sure this is all you're going to ask for us? After all the humiliation you must have endured, witnessing me and Jaden practically living in your marital bed through that creepy camera. I mean, who does that? I was convinced after dropping down in status to a pitiful pokey brokey after taking this financial hit of the divorce. You were sure to try and rinse us of as much money as humanly possible. Seriously, Victoria, 40 grand? That's like pocket change for Jaden these days. I can tell you how surprised I was when I opened the envelope and realized how easy you were going on us. My jaw almost hit the floor.
That's the amount me and my lawyer decided on after a lengthy discussion, Camilla. It takes into account the emotional distress you both caused me, the cost of replacing the now permanently stained silk sheets in the master bedroom, and of course, a little something extra for the therapy sessions I've had to endure to deal with the whole sordid mess. The payment instructions are written on the documents. I'd like it sooner rather than later, please.
Yeah, whatever. A measly 40K is chicken feed for Jaden. He'll barely even notice the difference in his bank account. And obviously, I won't notice it because he's gonna pay my share. Like it's some kind of knight in shining armor move or something. Please. Jaden throws away more money on a bad night than this measly sum.
Chicken feed? Wow, it's all right for some, huh? It must be so nice to be that well off to be able to throw money around like it means nothing. Maybe you two could have used some of that chicken feed to have a little more class during our marriage.
Why are you acting all surprised all of a sudden? You know better than anyone just how rich my man is. Besides, you were more than happy to live off his dime while we were all playing happy families.
The divorce papers? Did you two have a chance to look them over yet?
Huh? Divorce papers? Oh, you mean those boring legal documents Jaden tossed on the coffee table like yesterday's trash? What about them?
I left them with Jaden along with my lawyer's business card when I came to collect my belongings. Surely he wouldn't just toss them aside like yesterday's garbage. He does want this marriage to be officially dissolved, doesn't he? Unless...
Oh, the papers on the living room table? Yeah, what about them? Jaden probably thinks there's some kind of grocery list or something. He's not exactly known for his legal expertise.
Would you mind asking Jaden to get them filled in and sent to the address on my lawyer's business card as soon as possible? The sooner this farce of a marriage is over and done with, the sooner I can move on with my life.
So if you're worried about time, would it make more sense to fill them in yourself first? What a dummy you are. You practically threw yourself at Jaden the moment you saw him. So why the sudden change of heart? Missing my luxurious lifestyle already, aren't we, Princess Victoria?
I'll only be filling in my half when every last cent of the compensation I'm asking for has been paid in full into my bank account. Until then, consider this a little taste of karma for all the heartache and humiliation you caused me.
Oh, so that's how you're playing it, huh? If you tell me your address, I'll get him to send them to you. It's not like I have anything better to do than be your personal messenger pigeon.
I'm doing this through my lawyer, precisely because I don't want to be directly involved with you. And I definitely don't want you to know where I live. Take a hint, Camilla.
Geez, touched a nerve, did I? I guess that fancy mansion you used to live in wasn't all it was cracked up to be, huh? $150 a month for a cockroach-infested hellhole is probably the best you can afford right now, isn't it? You're a poverty-stricken loser. Whatever, princess.
Are you quite done? Just pay me my compensation as soon as you can and see to it that those divorce papers make their way to my lawyer's desk as soon as possible.
Yeah, I heard you the first time, doofus. I want to get married to Jaden as soon as I can. Don't worry, honey. Pumpkin, this divorce will be over before you know it. And then we can finally wash our hands of you. Oh, he's calling me to bed now. Give it a shot. Time for some steamy fun with the stallion. Toodles! Hey, Victoria. Jaden says he paid both of our shares of the compensation, so you should have your full 40K by now. He said he sent the divorce papers off to your lawyer's office a few days ago. Is the divorce still not finalized?
I don't need constant updates from you, Camilla. Jaden's in touch with my lawyer, so save yourself the trouble.
But don't you see I want to update you, honey bun, because I relish in it. Do you have any idea how hard I had to work to get the upper hand over you? You could at least be a good sport and say I can enjoy the fruits of my efforts.
Get the upper hand over me? What's that supposed to mean?
Wake up and smell the coffee already, doofus. I'm living in what used to be your mansion here. But now you're nothing but a worn-out person who hasn't been living in a heap of junk apartment not fit for cockroaches that infests it. You're always the most insufferable goody two-shoes back in college, weren't you? God, by the way you sucked up to teachers. It infuriated me to no end. But it turned out that you were just an extra here to support me, the main character all along. You had some nerve to marry someone as rich as Jaden. I was livid when I found out you were tying the knot. Livid.
So is that why you decided to go after him? To get back at me?
Who cares what my reasons were? The fact that he loves me now regardless. And now your pompous air of self-importance is nothing but a distant memory. After I romantically and financially beat the crap out of you. Bam, pow, crack. I tell you, sweetie pie, I couldn't feel more refreshed. I'm picking up good vibrations.
So this was nothing but a desperate scheme to heal your wounded pride all along. I must say, I'm kind of disappointed in you.
Huh?
I'm heading out to hand the divorce papers in. Now, the two of you are officially free to do what you like.
Woohoo! Yippee! Yahoo! Looks like I and my precious Jadenkins have a marriage to register for tomorrow. Are you back from the clerk's office yet? The anticipation is killing me. I've been pacing around like a caged lioness waiting for the news.
Did you register to get married by any chance? I saw a couple at the clerk's office earlier, and they seemed just as starry-eyed as you.
Yeah, of course. We handed everything in first thing in the morning at light speed. No brakes on this love train. With this, my ascent to the ranks of the select chosen few of the mansion-owning ultra-celeb housewives of this world is complete. I could already taste the champagne and caviar.
Ultra-celeb housewives? You mean those reality show divas with more drama than a Shakespearean tragedy?
Yes, doofus. Ultra-celeb housewives. Because as of today, I'm married to Jaden. My filthy rich love muffin. I know you're still probably reeling from the shock of losing everything, but you should at least be able to read basic English, comprehend the fact that I've hit the jackpot.
I see. The thing is, Jaden isn't filthy rich at all. He's actually up to his ears in debt. Like a gambler who's bet his last chip and lost.
What did you just say? Your words are like a cold slap in the face. A bucket of ice water dousing my fiery dreams.
Meh, whatever. Judging from your constant boasting, you're head over heels in love with the guy. So what should it matter if he's in dire straits financially? Love conquers all, doesn't it? Or does it only conquer bank accounts?
Wait, Victoria, what the hell are you talking about? Your cryptic worlds are swirling around my head like a dark cloud.
Wait, do you still not know? He borrowed the $40,000. He paid me in compensation from his uncle. It's like a house of cards that's ready to collapse at the slightest breeze.
Huh? My mind is racing, trying to piece this puzzle together you're laying out for me.
On top of the $10,000 debt he was in to begin with, he must owe a square $50,000 by now. Good luck paying off his $50,000 of debt as a couple. It's a financial sinkhole that could swallow you whole.
What the fuck? Your words are like daggers to my heart. It's shattering this illusion of my perfect life. Victoria, what the heck is this? Are you telling me that this opulent mansion with its grandiose hallways and gilded staircases never belonged to Jaden? He spun tales of it being his ancestral home. A legacy passed down from generation to generation. Why must we abandon this paradise?
Jaden doesn't have a family home anymore. Not a brick, not a tile, not even the dust from the driveway.
What? Why not? How could a dynasty just evaporate into thin air?
Good grief. You married Jaden without knowing a single thing about his circumstances, didn't you? You were so blinded by the glitter of gold and the whisper of silk that you didn't see the man behind the mask. And what's worse, you didn't even bother to ask.
What are you talking about? My head's spinning. Your words are like riddles wrapped in enigmas. None of this makes any sense.
Jaden's hometown is so far away, you'd have to spend half a day on an airplane to get there. It's a place forgotten by time, where the winds whisper old secrets. His mom took full custody of him when his parents divorced when he was 10, a bitter battle that left scars deeper than the ocean. His mom remarried when he was an adult. She currently lives in Minnesota with her new husband in a house filled with new memories, where Jaden's name is but a ghostly echo. She no longer has anything to do with Jaden's real dad whatsoever, and Jaden hasn't seen him in decades, which means Jaden no longer has a family home. It's as if he's a man without a country, a tree without roots.
Then who does this dream mansion belong to? The palace of dreams where we danced under chandeliers and whispered sweet nothings in shadowed corners.
It originally belonged to my mom after she inherited it from my grandpa, her dad. a man as sturdy and reliable as the oak trees he loved. Then, when my mom passed, it went to my aunt. But then my aunt married and went to live with a guy she met down in Wyoming. A cowboy with a heart of gold and eyes like the endless prairie sky. She didn't want to sell it because of the sentimental value it had to all of us. It's not just a house, it's a treasure chest of memories. But also, she hated the idea of leaving it empty to rot, like a beautiful song never sung. So she left me in charge of managing the place. Not long after I started doing that, me and Jaden got married, so we figured it made sense to move in there together. Like two pieces of a puzzle that the universe had finally put in place.
Wait a second. Does that mean, no way, this can't be happening?
Yes, way. Jaden could live a million lifetimes, and he still wouldn't have a hope in hell's chance of getting his mitts on that mansion. It's like trying to catch a star in a butterfly net. It has literally nothing to do with him now. After talking things over with my aunt, we've decided to put it on the market and sell up. So, if the pair of you don't get out pronto, you're going to find yourselves in a really awkward situation. Like two actors who've overstayed their welcome on an empty stage.
Why didn't you tell me any of this before? We already got freaking married, goddammit. Our vows still echoing in the halls.
But I did tell you. It's not my fault the truth was less appealing than the fairy tale you had spun around yourself.
Huh? My world's crumbling and you stand there with those accusations.
You were so insistent. The mansion belonged to Jaden. But if you check through the chat logs, you'll see. I did tell you, you were wrong. It's like you chose to walk through a mirage rather than face the desert before you.
What? Oh my god, this is a nightmare.
Go on, go ahead and check. It's all there, written in black and white, a testament to the truth you chose to ignore.
Victoria, can I ask you one thing? I need to know.
What is it? Spit it out before the silence swallows us whole.
Jaden's salary, how much does he make a year again? Tell me it's enough to keep the wolves at bay.
His salary? If my memory serves me right, I think he made something like $25,000 last year. A pittance for a pauper. Not a prince.
$25,000? That's it? How could it be like this when he lives an extravagant lifestyle? Every day with him was like a page from The Great Gatsby.
Where do you think he got that extra $10,000 of debt from? You know, aside from the $40,000 he just borrowed from his uncle to pay me in compensation. It's like he's been digging his own grave, one gold-plated shovel at a time. Apparently, he used up all of his original savings on you when you constantly pestered him to buy you luxury branded clothing. It would appear that not wanting to destroy his hard-cultivated Mr. Rockefeller image, he went into debt so he could carry on lavishing gifts neither of you can afford on you to keep up the facade. Like a magician who's run out of tricks.
What? He destroyed his finances buying me gifts? Oh, you've got to be joking. This is a farce, a cruel joke.
To be honest with you, I get the impression that even renting yourselves out a new apartment would be difficult at this point. It's like trying to fill a leaking bucket. Futile and frustrating.
Oh my god, but I just sold my apartment to live with this broke loser. I've traded my castle for a cardboard box.
Oopsie. Now, forgive me if it seems like I'm prying, but tell me, Camilla, am I right in thinking relations between you and your parents are too frosty for you to rely on either of them for help? It's just, I remember you saying something like that to me back in college, is all. Like a bridge burned to cinders.
Yes, that's right. Where am I supposed to live now? I'm in the mother of all predicaments here, like a queen dethroned and cast into the wilderness.
Turns out, it's your lucky day. I hear Jaden's uncle. You know, the one who lent him my $40,000 in compensation is willing to take the both of you into his home on the condition that you look after the place and do all of his grocery shopping. Gorgeous, right? Like a lighthouse in the storm?
What?
Wow, did he seriously not tell you about that either? You guys have some severe communication issues. It's like you're speaking different languages.
Well, this is the first I've heard of it. He doesn't tell me anything. It's like living with a stranger.
Well, how about you go try asking him now? I'm busy unpacking my things in my new house, so I don't really have time for this back and forth with you at the moment. Mind if we call it a day here? The sun is setting on this conversation.
Your new house?
Yep. I bought myself a place in Beverly Hills when I decided on the divorce. A nest of my own making.
A place in Beverly Hills?
Yep, it's a pretty old house, but I think it just adds to the charm. It's really lovely. What am I saying? It's Beverly Hills, of course. You already know how lovely it is. It's like stepping into a dream.
Victoria, how is this possible? I thought you were just a regular company employee, just another face in the crowd.
Yeah, my company. Any salary is about as average as it gets, but I have a side hustle, which brings me in a tasty sum every month. Like finding a hidden stream in the desert.
Side hustle? What's this? Forget it. Just let me live with you. Please, I'm begging you.
Not in a million years, honey pumpkin. You made your bed, now lie in it.
Why not?
Why would you ever move in with me when Jaden's uncle so kindly agreed to let you live with him? Besides, you and I are strangers now. You have nothing to do with me. We're two ships that passed in the night.
But I thought we were friends.
The idea of the scheming gold digger who stole my husband thinking of me as her friend is so monumentally gross that the thought alone makes my skin crawl. It's like a spider walking over my grave.
Victoria!
I'm pretty sure I already told you this, but good luck paying off his $50,000 of debt as a couple. It's a mountain you'll climb together or fall from.
No! Please help.
3 months pass between me starting to collect proof of the affair and finally getting settled. It's nice to finally be able to breathe now that the whole affair is done and dusted, and I can't wait to put it all behind me. Even back in college, Camilla was always the type who only seemed to be able to understand the concept of love and romance through dollar-tinted glasses. I knew back then that she was destined to end up chasing after men with money to satisfy her lust for the material. I lost count of the amount of times she stole other girls' boyfriends. I never thought it would culminate in her taking my husband, though. That said, something tells me a broke, debt-ridden liar wasn't exactly the knight in shining armor she'd spent her whole life imagining she'd snag. Between you and me, I chuckled a little during our message exchange when the reality of her situation was obviously starting to sink in. Sadly for my wayward ex-husband and his money-obsessed companion, the only fate that awaits them now is a life cooped up in a tiny apartment with his uncle, who, it just so happens, is rumored to be a huge pervert and serial panty thief with a rap sheet for sex crimes longer than your arm. Could these rumors perhaps have something to do with the crying? My friend, who happens to be Jaden's uncle's next-door neighbor, tells me she can hear it coming through the walls every night. You know what? There are some things in this world it's better not to know.